Welcome, Pioneers, to another book review video. Today, I will give my thoughts and applications of a children's book called The Planet That Moved to Another Planet by Alba Alcaide. If you haven't read this book yet, please pause the video and check out my YouTube channel to find a read aloud of this book. Once you finish the story, you can come back and hear my review of it. If there is a book that you would like to be reviewed, please email me, contact@readingpioneers.com, so I can read about it and review it in a future video, while also giving you a nice shout out in return. Also, it would help support this channel if you like or even dislike the review, and share it with your friends and family to get their thoughts too. Finally, I hope you subscribe to stay updated with all reading-related videos being published weekly. With that out of the way, let's get into the review of The Planet That Moved to Another Planet. Alba is a mother from Spain who wrote this book originally in Spanish to encourage her children to read. She has been filling papers with imaginative stories and drawings ever since she was a child, and I'm so proud of her for completing a childhood dream. This book is available in English thanks to our good friend Alex MacDonald, the author of her bilingual book, Millie and Coco. With this collaboration, I had confidence that this was a good book not only to read, but also to review. The Planet That Moved to Another Planet was designed to help young readers discover the importance of helping others, but also taking care of the environment we live in. As a fellow writer, I love the characters and story. Even though the book is around 50 pages, the story reads quickly and is engaging throughout. The idea of a planet moving to another planet was very creative. By showing the planets as characters with problems, kids can empathize with and relate to how the problems are solved. Add to that, this book is already written in 2 of the most popular languages in the world, and millions of children have the opportunity to read it and understand its powerful message of taking care of our environment. While I enjoyed reading the book, I think the book requires an adult to help children read the words on the pages. Cursive was a language I had to learn in elementary school, but it was only taught for a short period, and I never relied on it for the rest of my life, except for signing my name. I fear that children will have difficulty reading the font and speed read through the story, guessing what is happening from the gorgeous illustrations. I also think the characters should have more dialogue and discourse to show the reader the power of communication and teamwork. These are not major concerns and are just some things I was thinking about when reading this story. Now, in this section, I'm going to break down my recommendation of this book for different viewers because I think it's important to see how this book can be used for children and adults. For children, as stated earlier, the book is written in a cursive font and may be a little difficult to read alone. The story follows a linear progression, so it's easy to follow, and children can have fun acting out and reading about the different characters. If I were a parent, I would use this book to help show the importance of taking care of things that are important to us. The Earth is our only planet, and we don't have the luxury of Helsius to just move. If we continue to take advantage of the planet we're living on, maybe one day the Earth will become just like the Black Planet. I also think this book can help show children the power of working together, helping others, and trying to find solutions to problems that may seem impossible to fix. As a teacher, I'm glad to see books include learning materials for students to read and do independently. This book has 3 good activities that can build a child's concept of causation and events by analyzing their planet, what an ideal planet would look like, and even where Helsius and Dren are off to next. Another idea for students to think about, which is a little bit more advanced, is the aftermath of Cirrus. Will Cirrus be fine despite losing the water, nature, and animals? Did Helsius and Dren disrupt the balance that made Cirrus so beautiful? I think children will love drawing and doing some activities that are fun without realizing the educational value they bring. Having these discussions can help children become more mindful of their surroundings and their actions. Overall, I was blown away by the creativity of Alba's story and hope that she turns this into a series where Helsius and Dren continue on adventures around the universe. This is going to be the end of my book review of Alba Alcaide's children's book, The Planet That Moved to Another Planet. I'd love to know what you thought about this review, so please feel free to email me at contact@readingpioneers.com. Also, check out zez.am/albabooks to help support Alba. If you haven't read the story yet but now are interested, you can check it out on my YouTube channel, Reading Pioneers Academy, an educational channel focused on teaching children life lessons and values by inspiring authors like Alba. Thanks for joining me today, everyone, and until next time, I hope you all have an amazing day. Bye-bye!